Hello and welcome to this week's weekly market breakdown with myself, Jim, owner and founder of Big Pips Only. So this week, exciting things. Last week it was a huge week, with the coronavirus and everything that's happening. The markets are all just melting, so it is a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive and be a trader. So just a little insight with this week's weekly market breakdown, as to what myself, the Signals chat, are going to be looking at. So we'll share a few of the many calls we will be taking this week, free to the public, so that you all can catch some pips. So again, before we get started, if you are interested in the Signals chat or the course, both of those will be linked down in the description. So getting straight into it. Gold, what we see, right? The market has now created this double top formation, and begin to fall. It's fallen all the way back down towards 1500. The low was 1504.782. So it dropped by a lot. It dropped by a lot. It dropped from 1700 all the way back down to 1500. So it dropped about 2,000 pips. So there's a few things. Again, gold is a safe haven, right? You'd expect it to rise, but with coronavirus, right, and with everything that's going on, people are cashing out. Follow the 1%, people. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. Follow the 1% and do what they do. So now, again, we've created this M formation. What do we expect after a double top pattern? We expect the market to retrace to at least the 382 and then continue to the downside, for that pattern to be completed. Now, here is a key level where the market had support, right? We also have an institutional level there. The market has found support off of that level and then climbed up. So that could also be something that we need to pay attention to there, right? That previous support, which is now resistance. So you pull your fib out, from the low to the high here, and you can see that not only is that level there, you do have that 382 right there as well. So something to pay attention to. The market could retrace deeper into this and get into our kill zone. So what we'll do with the group, monitor price action around these levels once we get up here, and we'll begin to look for possible short positions back down. Now, these calls and these analysis that I drop, it's what we see as the market is where it is. As a price action trader, we only trade what the market gives us. So if the market continues to push up here, right, gets to these levels, continues to push, and then continues to push up, right, we will adjust fire as we get there. But that is something we could look for on gold this week. When you get up there, you'll be targeting, back down towards these levels and then even further. So that is gold. Now moving over to the crypto side of things. I've been getting a lot of questions about BTC. Let's go ahead. Now, what we have with BTC is everybody was asking, Jim, is the coronavirus causing this to fall? And the answer to that is no. So if you pull up BTC here on the weekly perspective, pulling your Fibonacci from the high to the low here, right? You are in a downtrend. You should be looking for shorts in a downtrend, right? And you can see we came up, tested the previous highs, Fibonacci level lies on that 50%. And then guess what happened? We have extension levels that brought us down here into this retested trend line, and price has begun to push up. Now, what usually happens, when you break the Fibonacci and you get into those extension levels, it's not uncommon for price to retrace up, okay, before continuing down, okay? And if the coronavirus and everything continues the way it is, what I expect to happen, okay, I expect to see some retrace and then most likely dip down into this green region here, and then we will begin to look for buys back up. It'll most likely will re-break above this trend line by the halving, and then from the halving, I would expect to hold and push this all the way up to those previous highs, and then up towards 31, 32,000. Okay, so that is something that we can look for. Now, where would we look for those retracements? Okay, so we would look at the previous support, now turn resistance. Okay, so we would look for, somewhere in here. Okay, keeping that weekly Fibonacci level up, right? When you get into those extension levels, right, it is not uncommon to retrace up into these regions. So that could be valid. Now, going ahead now, removing that weekly fib and maybe going off of a daily Fibonacci here. Okay, you had that a regular head and shoulders pattern kind of form here. So you can now measure, right, from the low to the high, and you can see where price is, okay? And you can see that not only could we expect price to possibly, right, after an inverted head and shoulders pattern, retrace to at least the 382 and then continue down, okay? So it literally went up to the 382, bounced back down, and we are where it is now. So price could push up here, okay, up into these regions. If and when it does, we'll be monitoring price action, right, and we will look for shorts back down. If price should continue to push up, maybe structurally we push back up to retest these broken trend lines up here, and then short, or we could push up, break structure, and continue up. Okay, we will be monitoring price action with the students, and we will be looking for possible short positions in this region though. Okay, so that is BTC. Now moving back to the Forex side of things, okay, EURJPY. Now, if you remember the weekly market breakdown from a few weeks ago, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, we had this M pattern here, right? We wanted to see the push down. We wanted to see some retrace for the continuation down into 17.5, which we ended up seeing, okay? Now, what the market has done since now is it pushed back up off of those regions. Okay, we pushed back up and we kind of created this double bottom pattern. Okay, we went from an M to a W. So the price could push up here a bit, okay, but what we will do with students is when price should bottom out, should this actually be the bottom, should it go a little higher, okay, we will utilize our Fibonacci, and we will look for price to retrace to at least the 382, which we also have an institutional level there. Okay, so that will be the first spot we will look for price to go off of, come back, target this region, and then up into this red highlighted region up here. Okay, so price could do this. Price could continue to push down past that, right, into our kill zone, and we have another institutional level right below. So price could also, do one of basically these three things here. Okay, so we will monitor price action with the students on EURJPY, but this is something that we will possibly be looking for this week. So if you like this video, if you like this analysis, please give us a like, a comment, and subscribe. It helps us get out and help other traders in the community as well. Again, if you are interested in the signals or the course, link will be in the description. You all have a happy Sunday, and let's catch some big pips this week.